Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. I just hit 100 subscribers and I'm really excited. And I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me and coming along this journey with me. So in this video we're going to be doing the start to finish on how I do my polygel toes. Someone in my other video requested this, so here you go. So of course we're going to start by removing the old polish, and I'm also going to be trying to get any of the lifted polygel. And as you can see, I'm struggling with that paper towel that's underneath my foot. And you also going to see my toddler over there on the left side. She's going to be coming in and out, so enjoy that. There she goes. So now I'm going to get my cotton ball with acetone and we're going to soak those for 15 minutes. So I did have to do this about twice because I'm impatient, so I didn't last the whole 15 minutes. Okay, yes, they're looking really crusty, but I am taking my Makartt fine grit sanding band and we're going to get most of that crustiness off, which is just leftover polygel. And I am doing this very lightly with my drill on about 6,000 to 7,000 RPM. Alright, so here I am just cutting off the free edge of my natural nail, and I like to do this just because I know that my natural nails are thin. It's just really a preference. You can do this, or you can either file it straight where it looks really nice, and then you see me taking my cuticle pusher that I can't remember where I got it from. I want to say it's Poochie's Nails, but don't quote me. Alright, so now I'm going to take my cuticle cleaner bit from Kolinsky, and this bit and all the other bits, most of the bits will come from a kit from Kolinsky. They all come together. I will have a link below. Everything I'm using is going to be linked below, and my drill is going to be at about 6,000 to 7,000 RPM. So apparently I must have not have recorded exactly everything that I did to prep my toes, but I will have my old video linked in the cards above on how exactly I did. So now I'm going to take my Mia Secret nail dehydrator and primer kit that I got on Amazon, and I like to double prime my nails just because I feel like it helps to stay on longer. I do this with my hands and my toes. Then I'm going to do 2 coats of my Makartt base coat, and I'm going to cure in my UV LED lamp for 60 seconds. So before I start any type of polygel application, I like to rub my toes with either 70%, 91%, or 99% isopropyl alcohol, just to make sure there's no lint. But as you can see, I did use the color Mocha and Makartt Polygel. So I like to cure one toe at a time, and while that toe is curing, I am prepping the other dual form for the next toe. So to actually do this method, I use the dual forms that come in basically any type of polygel kit from anywhere. These are the ones from Makartt. I like to put the polygel in there. You don't need a lot on your toes at all. So once I put it on my toes, I like to push I like to push the cuticle down first, and then lay the rest of the dual form down. For me, this makes sure that I don't get any air bubbles, because that's always the problem with any of these type of methods, either the dual form method or the Femi Beauty method, aka lazy girl method. And these are the dual forms that are more flat. So Makartt, they have two different sizes. They have ones that's more curved, like the ones you normally get, and then they have flatter ones. So my big toe is more curved, so I use like a regular one, and then the rest of my four fingers or toes is flat, so I use the flat ones. And as you can see on my fourth finger, on my fourth toe and my pinky toe, there's some polygel that's kind of thin, so I'm just squeezing it on there and trying to build that up a little bit more, because that will crack, especially if you're wearing like sneakers or you just accidentally hit your toe. That will crack, and it just becomes aggy. My OCD messes up. And I forgot to mention the brush that I'm using, but it is the number 8 Presents Kolinsky brush that's on Amazon. Like I say in every video, it was affordable, like $8. So if it's in stock, I will put it down below. Well, I'll put it down below if it is or if it ain't, so you guys can save that link for future use. Okay, so these are way too long for my taste, so I'm just going to use my nail clipper and I'm going to cut some of that off. And my big toe, I cut too short. I ended up trying to fix it, but it didn't work, so I wasn't happy with that. And you will notice when you cut some of that polygel off that you don't want, there will be some uncured polygel under there, so you can just put it back in your lamp for another 30 seconds or 60 seconds and you'll be fine. Okay, so I did want to show how if you do cut your toenail too short, how you can try to fix it. It worked on this toe, but it didn't work on my other big toe. So I did want to show that because I do this all the time. You just really have to be careful when you're cutting that extra polygel off, because you could like really cut it really short. And the only reason why it didn't work was because I wanted a little bit of extra length on my big toe, and I kept filing and filing, and then it was just a little piece that ripped off, and you will see that later in the video. So I was just like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. But here on this toe, my second toe, it was a little bit more that I wanted more length on this toe, so it stayed like how I needed to. Alright, of course you're going to wipe that sticky layer off with some alcohol, and then I'm using my Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick File. This is the 100 grit one, and I am just go ahead and start filing. I'm not going to talk too much during the filing process because I feel like I've been talking a lot. I did want to say that this is the part where I did add more polygel onto my big toe. I was just filing and it didn't stay, so I ended up just giving up on trying to make it longer, and I left it like how it was. So once that's over, and there goes the piece that just fell off that I tried to add on there, but you're going to take some more alcohol and you're going to try to get all that dust off. You could go and rinse your feet off real quick, but that's just more time, so I refiled that just to make sure it was straight again. Now I like to have a more pinker base, and this polygel is more nude, like a true nude to my skin tone, but I want it more pink with my French tip. So I like to put 2 coats of this D&D light pink, the name of it is light pink gel polish, on my toes. This just give it that extra pinky tone to it, I guess you could say. And I also cure this in my lamp for about 60 seconds in between each layer. So if you don't have that D&D gel polish, you could use the ACS, the Makartt Polygel, that also comes in the same kit as this one that I get from Amazon. But I didn't have a lot more of that, so I didn't use it. Now I'm going to take a liner brush that I got from Amazon as well, and I'm going to also use the Makartt white gel polish in the name Blanc, and I'm going to start doing my French tip. So I like to just draw a straight line across my whole nail, and then I just go down the sides and round up the smile line as best as I can. And if I need to, which I always need to, I take some 100% acetone and I'm going to clean up the smile line and make it more crisp and just perfect looking. And I'm just going to do this on all of the rest of my fingers. And I did slow this process down for any of those beginners that aren't too good with French tip. So this is just the way that I do it. There are other methods that, you know, I can make a different video on if you guys would want me to. But yeah, it slowed down a little bit for anyone who needs it. I'll also be curing in my lamp anytime that I feel like I need to. It doesn't have to be after each nail, but I will be curing my lamp for 60 seconds just to make sure that gel polish is all the way cured, because if it's not, it will get some little wrinkles that aren't attractive, and we don't want that. Alright, so I did top coat my toes before I put the 3D flower on there. Or honestly, I don't know if it's a 3D flower, because when I asked my mom how it looked, she didn't even think it was a 3D flower. So I tried my best. It was my first time using the Saviland 3D carving gel, I think it's called. It's like here we go. It's like a paste. So I decided to use this carving gel just because I don't like to use monomer. I think it was fairly easy to work with, but being that it was my first time, I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I just know that you need to use either base coat or alcohol to actually mold the gel into place. So when I did this, I wasn't even looking at a reference, so I feel like that could have been my problem. I was just going off the dome, but I think that's where I went wrong, being that I've never really done like a 3D flower or anything. I'm also using this 3D brush set that I got from Amazon as well. It comes with different sizes, but I feel like they were a little bit soft. I don't know, like I said, I've never done 3D flowers or anything 3D, so I don't know how the brushes are supposed to feel, but these were like soft. Also, that lamp is from Nail Couture. It's super duper cute. It works with batteries and it's portable. So I haven't done bling yet on my channel, but I love bling, and I also like to use this Makartt nail rhinestone glue. But when I'm doing my rhinestones, I like to put the glue down first, and then I top coat everything else, and then I put my rhinestones on. And I just feel like this gives me a super good hold. My rhinestones rarely fall off. So of course, when I'm done, I'm going to use my cuticle oil and I'm just going to slather that on there. And here is the final look. I think these came out super duper cute. I'm really proud of myself for doing that carving gel. And I want to thank you guys for supporting me once again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.